Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Notepad with me, Ibrahim Sani. I am on location at MyTech because I'm attending the Selangor International Business Summit 2019. The interesting companies that I want to give focus on, one of them is PKT Logistics. Joining me is the Group CEO of that company, Dato Michael Teo. This company is one of a kind because not only do they provide the core business of logistics, they also upskill the residents and citizens of Malaysia and Selangor as well. So let's understand a little bit about their business and understand a little bit about how they train Malaysians to be better. Dato, Michael, one of the key things that I want to highlight to the public is that yes, you do provide the logistics service for your customers, but it also is important that you don't rely too much on foreign employees,
yes,
and rely more on local residents.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, we noticed that one of the major issues doing logistics business is to get employees, especially on the ground employees. So we are looking in various ways how to do it. I was on a trip to Japan, and we were surprised that the Japanese brought me into a housing estate, and then inside the housing estate there's a warehouse. And when I went into the warehouse, then I saw a lot of housewives inside there.
Okay.
So I said, well, then I asked the guy, how many of them are actually full-time employees? They say actually there are only 25 of us out of 100 plus. So the rest is all housewife. So then I came back, I thought of my idea. I am now situated in an area in Shah Alam with 5 kampungs surrounding me. So when you build an iconic building surrounding the kampung, so of course it's very iconic, intimidated, you know, wow, who are they and whatnot.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I just told my staff to go and approach the penghulu and the imam, go to the mosque and ask them, we want to employ your housewife back to work.
Okay.
And then that's how we started.
And when was this? A few years back?
Well, that's about 5 years already.
Okay.
5 years back already. So we created this program called Anak Belajar Ibu Bekerja. So what we want to do here
Anak
is
belajar, ibu bekerja.
bekerja.
What it means is that while your kid is studying, the mom is working.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically the timing is like that. Normally the mom will send the children to school 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
They will come to work at 8:30.
Okay.
And then they only have 4 hours per shift, which is 12:30 they finish. They pack up and then take their motorcycle, pick up their children and go back and take care of the children.
Okay.
Then another batch of housewives will come at 1:30 and they finish at 5:30. So
The
two
same
batches.
idea, because if school children has the evening session, they start
Yes.
around 12.
Yes.
So they send the kids to school.
Yeah, then
they
they
can
come to work.
around 1
Yes.
o'clock to work, and
Yeah.
they finish just before the
5:30, enough time for them to cook for the family and whatnot lah.
And how many people have been enrolled in this particular program?
For this program, inshallah, we have over 80 people. Of course, some come and some actually have confidence in working and then they move on to full-time
But that's
job.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine with us because our job is to create a job opportunity and give them confidence to come back to work again.
So all the training is being done by you,
Internally, yeah.
by the company
Yes.
internally, and how
Yes.
long does the training last?
Well, they need a week only because some of them are actually already finished their education. They finish at least SPM, STPM. Some are graduate, married, but stop working and whatnot. So those graduate that married and stop working, when we bring them back, we give them higher position. So because they are able to see the whole GDN, read the whole list and do picking and whatnot lah.
Okay, there's also the element of how then, let's look at the impact of the
Yep.
job, right, that you are hiring. Are they more productive than previous arrangement by hiring foreign workers?
Yes, of course, because we noticed that foreign workers, when they come to work, they all look for overtime. So when they are focusing on overtime, during the daytime, they are less efficient lah.
So Malaysians are more efficient in that sense, more work done
No,
with less hours.
I would say that Malaysian, that statement, but more of housewives are innocent. When they come to work to make a living.
Yeah.
They are not here because they don't have overtime.
Yeah.
So they don't drag your time during the working day. They just come here and work, and they finish, they go back.
But it's a win-win for you
Yeah,
guys.
win-win situation.
PKT Logistics gets the most out of the employees.
Yes.
Employees actually get the most out of the work.
And we also have a very good social responsibility program for the kampung people. That we give them jobs, we give them second income in the family,
And of course, skills as well.
skills as well, and which some of them move on to do part-time job, or some even started their own business because they have confidence.
What kind of problems arise when you roll out, say, anak bekerja, ibu bekerja, anak belajar, ibu bekerja?
Okay, when I first roll out, I have a lot of what do you call it, protests lah, indirect protest by our management team,
Okay.
because they don't think they can settle down. So I don't believe in that, because I know that they are actually trying to stop us from getting the housewife, which will take over the foreign worker job as well.
Okay.
So
But you have that role of managing director in the
I
board.
say no. I say I disagree with all the problems they are saying. I say train them. Then I employ one person specializing in monitoring day-to-day activity of the ABIP.
Okay.
That's the only way, because you will get people like the supervisor coming to you. You see, they cannot be as good as them and whatnot. So, but at the end, I overcome that, and now today in our Shah Alam operations, we have hardly any foreign worker.
That's important.
Yeah.
And to recap back to the company that you visited, 75% of their company is part-timers, 25% is full-time.
Yeah.
What kind of ratio do you have at PKT Logistics?
At the moment, I think part-timers for operational people.
Yeah.
Of course, the skilled one will be the forklift driver.
Okay.
Then among this one will be 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah, 50-50.
Let's talk about other opportunities that you accord for people in Selangor. There's also this thing where it involves students,
Yeah.
and students can actually earn a living while they study. Let's talk
Yes,
more
yes.
about that.
Okay, well, one of the challenges when we discover we want to scale our business to another level is to find skilled employees. Most of the logisticians in the market actually they are working for another logistics company without skill, and learn from them, especially the MNC, and then after that they get another job outside. So they were trained by the MNC and they get a job outside.
Okay.
So we, Malaysia, do not have a logistics diploma, logistics degree. So what I decided that I should invest into education first. Education in logistics related subject.
Okay.
So I bought over a campus, a college, and I park it inside a working environment. So this is the almost first of its kind, teaching in a working environment.
But this is vocational training, right?
This
I
is
mean,
a
any
private
other
college,
vocational training
but
would have
it is
that.
behaving like vocational training. Lah. So
Okay.
the student, while they're studying, during their free time, they don't lepak in the shopping mall and all these things.
Yeah.
They actually work in the warehouse as well, similar to ABIP.
So instead of spending money, they are actually
Earning money, yes.
Okay.
Earn
We'll,
as they
we'll,
learn.
we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll discuss more on this vocational training, pseudo vocational training.
JBSB, they call it.
With PKT Logistics. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for staying on with us. I am currently at MyTech attending the Selangor International Business Summit 2019. But the conversation that I want to have today is with Dato Michael Teo. He is the CEO and the MD or Managing Director of PKT Logistics. Dato Michael has gone through with us some of the interesting programs that they are carrying out in their company in empowering women, empowering housewives by getting them jobs, and guess what? There's going to be a greater productivity because they are familiar with the things that they do and they want to get most out of their jobs. That was part of the program that you
CSR program.
Yeah, CSR you mentioned just now. But we continue on our conversation with the education program.
Yep.
Something that you highlighted is that up to 5 years ago or 4 years ago, there was no I guess, proper formal education in logistics.
Yes.
But now we do
We
with
do.
that college education that you have.
Yeah.
Why wasn't there any, I guess, education in logistics or certification in logistics?
Well, logistics, all in Malaysia, basically we depend a lot on foreign investment. All right. So when the foreign investors come into Malaysia, normally they will prefer their own logistics company from their home country. So then they will follow them to Malaysia, and then they will run the logistics business here. So Malaysian, typically, I think the ratio was about 60 to 65% dominated by MNC. The rest is Malaysian logistics company, and a small chunk of them they do themselves. That means the manufacturer does their own logistics.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So-
how are you different? So how is PKT Logistics different?
Well, because of that, when we found out that problem, there is no logistician that we can employ in Malaysia. We all had to employ them from the MNC. So you can imagine when they work for MNC, their salary is so high, how we can afford to bring them over to us. So we have no choice but to actually decide to go into education, specializing in logistics.
And train your own
Train
batch
our own
of,
batch of
workers.
logistician. Yeah.
What would be inside the education of logistics? What would be the syllabus? How does it look like?
Custom clearance, truckings, freight forwardings, international issue, that trade codes and whatnot, insurance, business law, all these kind of subjects. Is supply chain, procurement.
Do you issue degrees or
We issue
diplomas?
diploma, and then including degree. Our degree is a collaboration with UK universities.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that would be like a twinning program.
Training program with them. Yeah, we use their program in Malaysia.
And how do you have batches of graduates already coming up from this?
Yeah. We have a lot of batches. I think up to date is about 200 to 300 of them.
That's massive, right?
yeah.
And let's talk about how they can add value to the time that they are studying.
Yeah.
You're mentioning that there is another program that PKT Logistics is doing. One of them is on training students by giving them jobs, real actual
Jom
jobs.
Bekerja Sambil Belajar, JBSB.
Okay, so tell me about that.
So JBSB program is similar to the housewife. So we thought, since we have
They're all married and all that.
No.
No,
They
just
are
pulling the leg.
student.
Yeah.
So since they are student and they have always have a gap in between classes. So since they have a gap in between classes, and we already have this program for ABIB, morning shift or afternoon shift, 4 hours per day. So we also open up for students who wants to have a part-time work, because I myself as a student, when I was in the UK, I have 4 part-time jobs. And that's how it builds my character over today.
I agree.
Yeah, soft skill, how to handle people and whatnot.
I agree, and
So,
of course the most key thing, communication. How do you manage your people?
yeah, and also a strong believer in TVET education as well.
Okay.
So, but then as a private institution, how can I behave like a TVET institution as well? So the only way is to park them inside a working environment and allowing our student to actually work part-time in the warehouse operation as well.
Do you have any intentions of getting some sort of accreditation in terms of TVET or?
I don't think at the moment there is a TVET accreditation yet.
Okay.
But soon maybe it will come, you know.
And
We
when
don't know.
when it is around, I guess you.
We want to apply for that as a TVET institution.
Okay, so I'm a student and I'm learning at university or college and I'm trying to understand how I can get more money. Do I get skill as well?
Of course.
How?
You get soft skill and also the hard skill as well, especially the logistics skills that you are studying.
Is this warehousing only or?
You see, originally we started warehousing. Then we noticed they are so efficient and they are so hardworking and consistent. We also open up other departments to them because we also do accounting subject. So we give them accounting departments, admin departments, front desk. So the students are everywhere in the office. So we try to reduce our full-time employee to about 25%, and we allow students to come in to learn while they are studying.
And this is again massive. Not only will the students gain actual, I guess, work, you actually get to train them. And how many of them actually join the company?
Most of the good ones.
Most of the good ones. So the bad ones, you release to the market.
We don't know.
Okay, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more about the driver program, the lorry driver program of
Smart
PKT
trucker,
Logistics. Don't go anywhere. staying on with us. This is a very fascinating conversation that I have with Dato Michael Teo of PKT Logistics. We are currently on location at MyTech because the Selangor International Business Summit 2019 is currently happening here. And Dato Michael, so we know that you guys train housewives, we know that you guys train students and give them opportunity to gain an income, but at the same time build their soft skill and of course hard skill in terms of logistics business. But there's also another element here on training, I guess, lorry drivers.
Yes.
We
don't call them lorry drivers.
Then
It's not professional enough.
Okay, so
we
what
call
is
them smart trucker.
Smart trucker.
Yeah, we call them
All
smart
right,
trucker.
let's talk about smart truckers here.
Well, the Malaysian transport industry have a very bad perception, especially lorry drivers because of so many road accidents on the road and whatnot, and also the perception towards the customer itself. So and also then we know that employability in graduates are getting lesser problem. Government trying to address that problem and whatnot So we decided, why don't we come up with a program to allow graduate to become smart trucker. Well, we didn't tell them this for life, because if you tell them it's for life, can you imagine how you're going to go back and tell your friends and family, hey, I'm a truck driver for life. I didn't
with a degree.
With a degree. So they are smart trucker. They are here to do their almost like hands-on operation first. 4 years, you become smart trucker, earning 4,000 to 6,000 a month. All right. On the 5th year, you can opt to become a senior warehouse logistics executive.
What does that mean?
That means they can go to the warehouse back. No need to travel anymore. So within that 4 years, when they come for their 6-month internship, instead of 6 months waiting to do small things, we actually train them for safety driving, logistics education, and some training, our self-internal training, and get them a license.
Dato, I just have to interject here. You see, you studied in the UK. You've seen how there is no stigma if you tell other people, oh, I'm driving a truck.
No.
There is nothing wrong with
It's
that.
their passion. We met truck drivers in R&R in the UK. And I say, how is it driving trucks? They say, oh, this is our 3rd generation driving trucks.
Of course. And they are paid well and they're trained well and it's an honourable job and it's a fantastically highly skilled job. Are you creating that in your small way? Are you creating that revolution here in Malaysia?
Because there is no bond to do smart trucker.
Okay.
I just give them a chance, because if I say them for life, they will not join.
It's like a prison sentence.
I say it's only 4 years, they will try. Once they try and they find that this is a good income, then they will become a smart trucker, or they become an entrepreneur. Now, they become usahawan. They say, okay, Michael, I would like to buy my own truck. Then can I become your vendor? I said, sure.
Yeah.
Because
you need vendors anyway.
I had to use them anyway. I'm outsourcing anyway. So maybe he has one truck. Later on, he buy another truck. He get another
build
person
a fleet lah.
Become a fleet. So this are creating a new industry and new jobs for people, I think.
This is something very massive, because look, we all know that doing business frontline in the center is important. Like I said, there is another interview of PKT Logistics with Astro AWANI with my colleague Cynthia on AWANI Review. There, we talked about the business of PKT Logistics itself. But how do you build your capacity, right? And everybody keeps on saying, oh, it's always the people is the most important investment that we have. Our workers are the greatest asset that we have.
Yeah.
I don't know how most companies can justify that kind of statements, but here it's clearly seen, right?
Yes.
You guys are clearly evaluating, okay, we need housewives, we need students, we need smart truckers.
Yes.
It builds into something else.
Yes.
Is there other things that might be in store that would be so interesting as well?
Well, we are still looking into whether we can innovate new services and what type of jobs we can create in the future, because there are so many things moving for logistics industry is really booming in Malaysia.
So let's talk about your office. Does your office, because logistics, let's not kid ourselves. Oh, it's a logistics company. Okay lah, warehouse.
Normally, when I have a tour from, let's say from Polytechnic Kuantan, Polytechnic Sultan Raja Ahmad Shah, when they say go and visit a warehouse, they all will be so sleepy and very tired.
Of course.
On the way, they say thinking, why am I going to visit a warehouse? So when they reach our warehouse and they went for the tour and they find that this is like a Google office, So we need to transform the perception of logistics. Perception is very boring, dirty, and not
Old lah.
old,
Old lah.
not cool enough.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we need to change that. So what we did is we make our office like home. So every floor has a pantry, and every pantry has a concept. We have a gym in the office. We have a lounge. And we also have a nice changing room for them as well. So we really invest into this kind of area to retain our employee. So staff retention program is very strong for the staff to stay in the company.
Of course.
Yes.
Look, when you have a nice workplace, it's
Yes.
very hard for you to, think of home. that
Now
often.
we don't have problem looking for employees, because if you go to Facebook group PKT Talent Hunter, you will find that there are 20,000 people waiting to get a job there.
This interview has touched on 3 stigmas, okay, that we normally associate this country with. Number 1, the first stigma is foreign workers are more productive than local workers. Based on your experience, that's not the case,
Motivation.
okay? So clearly, local workers, if they have the right motivation, if they have the right work structure
Yes.
and work hours, that's
Yep.
most important. You might get more productivity out of them
Yep.
than foreign workers.
Yes.
Okay, that's number 1. Second stigma is that graduates, particularly young employees, they are, millennials. They are manja lah. I don't know how else to put it, right? But clearly, from your work experience with these students, it's not like that.
Yeah.
All right. So the third stigma here is on the difficulty in companies hiring people. And you're saying that there's 20,000 people queuing
Okay, to work for us, yes.
That's crazy.
So our HR KPI is zero recruitment cost.
Yalah.
Because there are 20,000
You open the door,
people.
20,000 people in front
Because
of you.
what happened is, when the student visited us during the time when they were studying diploma or degree, so they visit the office and they got inspired. They say, oh, this is going to be my working place. So when they go back, they actually follow us on the Facebook, and they add themselves into the PKT Talent Hunter. Whenever there's a job after they graduate, they apply for a job there. So that's how we capture them, through Facebook as well. Because when they tour, after they tour, go back, after some time they've forgotten about us. But if they like our page, they continue to follow the company.
Yeah.
They continue to follow our story,
Your activities
our
and-
activity, our new cool warehouse, our new CSR program, all these things. They follow us, they like us, and then the very minute they look for a job, they only can think of one brand
Yeah.
in their mind.
Yeah.
Last time they think of the MNC brand,
Yeah.
but now they think of one brand at the moment.
All right, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And the one brand that we're speaking of right now is PKT Logistics Bahar. I've been speaking to Dato Teo. He is the group CEO here, discussing the ongoings of his firm on location at MyTech in Kuala Lumpur, in conjunction with the Selangor International Business Summit 2019. If you've missed any part of this interview, just head on to astroawani.com. Look for Notepad. These interviews can be found there. You can watch these interviews on your mobile devices as well. Just download the Astro AWANI app wherever you get the application. Until next time, before I forget, there's also the website investselangor.com as well as selangorsummit.com. These are the 2 websites that can learn more about these particular events. So, with that, until next time, thanks very much for watching and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.